Actually, I was filming the moment we started sinking into the ground. The suspension is all over the place and things have progressed and gotten slightly worse since I last picked the camera up. But obviously we need to figure out exactly what the problem is first. Unfortunately, it's a bit of a big repair. We're back. I'm back. The car's back. Thank goodness for that. That was a long month of this car not being drivable, but I've got a lot to update you on, an awful lot to update you on. Welcome back to a brand new video. If you are new around here, head down and hit that subscribe button. But in today's video, I'm going to be telling you a little story about how I fixed the car, how it's now drivable again, and yeah, beautiful day. Thought we'd come out for a little drive up near Findon. We live in Worthing, so Findon's technically in Worthing, and there's just some beautiful roads around here. So we're gonna go on a nice little drive today together and update you guys on what's been going on. Also, a huge thank you to all the support from you guys on the last video where I explained to you the situation with this, my L322. Basically, we've had a suspension fault come up, and the front right airbag had a big old split in it, and it's something we've had to get replaced. And you guys really helped me sort of figure out what to do, help with part numbers and stuff like that. Really, really helpful. I've also got a bit of a trick to tell you about in this video as well, so make sure you keep watching for that. But yeah, without further ado, let's head back into the car and go on a lovely drive. It was highly unnecessary me getting into the car like that. It's high, but I could easily get in without lugging myself in, but it's just part of it, isn't it? Oh my god, you really need a 4x4 to drive around these roads because it's one way. Oh wow, look at that. Oh my goodness, look at the lighting on that hill. That is ridiculous. Are you filming yourself, George? This is what, oh no, let me go. Because it's one way and there's not that many places to pull in, so you need to be able to jump up on as many little banks as you possibly can. Thank you. Although I'm not sure what the person behind me is planning on doing. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of off-roading now. It's only minor, but it's a little warm-up for some things to come very soon. I'm going to put it into off-road height now with my newly working suspension, and we're going to, yeah, lift this baby up. I regret saying that. And we're going to enjoy these beautiful views on this little dirt track just ahead of me here. No idea where this goes, but we'll go with it. This is really a big tease because, I mean, it's only minor. Actually, it's pretty rocky here, pretty up and down. It might not look it on camera, but it's definitely putting the car through its paces. It's something we want to do very, very soon. So comment below if any of you guys are excited for an off-roading video. We've got somewhere lined up we want to take it to. It's definitely more extreme than this. We've been watching some YouTube videos and it's actually kind of crazy. Slightly nervous, to be honest. Never done anything like it before, but very much looking forward to it. Whoa, that was a big one. Look at these views, beautiful. Sorry, I do go on about views a bit too much in these videos. Not YouTube views. They're great too, actually, to be fair. Huge shout out to you guys watching these videos. Like I was saying, the suspension, we've figured a way to fix it, and it's actually not cost us too much money. Shock, I know. Believe it or not, we've managed to find a pretty good way to fix this. In fact, it only cost us £35. I'm not joking either. This isn't like some clickbait where I'm like, how I did it for £35, but it actually cost me £1,000. Genuinely, it was £35. Should we pull in here and have a little chat? This is a very nice place to stop, although there's a very creepy looking hut down there. I think I've watched too many horror films. Right, guys, story time. So, I won't blab on too much because I know my last video was me sat in a car talking for 20 minutes without even driving it. And I know that's not really what you're here to see. Although for some reason it is my most viewed video, so maybe I should just sit and talk in the car. So you guys know we had a suspension fault come up. We went to a garage in Lancing. They quoted us to get it fixed. They said that they'd recommend us doing the one for now, but you obviously can do both. We then remembered we have AA cover on this car. I think obviously with a Land Rover, Range Rover, they were voted, I think recently I saw a poll and they were voted like the most unreliable car in the world. It doesn't stop us buying them, it doesn't stop us loving them, does it? For some reason we're still all obsessed with them. Despite that, you kind of look past the flaws. We've got the AA parts and garage cover. So when we were driving and the suspension fault came up, the car said you've got to stop driving. It started lowering down. You remember the video, it was super low. We actually called the AA and said, the car's not drivable, what can we do? They sent out a guy to come and look at it and he said, you've got parts and garage cover, you're sorted, basically. Parts and garage cover is, this sounds like an ad for AA, it's really not. This is not sponsored, it's just something that we're very grateful we did. We don't often buy into insurance products, we just think, oh, we'll deal with it when the time comes. For some reason, right, isn't it weird that the one time we've needed it, we've actually bought one, very lucky. I think it cost about £150 or something to add on for the year. And they basically allow you to have £500 with the £35 excess, which is what we've paid, covered 5 times a year. So it's £2,500 of parts and labour to be covered during that time. So basically we booked it in, we ordered a part ourselves online on eBay from, I think it was LR Parts, it's a Land Rover parts shop in Liverpool. They sent it over, it was like 1-day delivery, amazing. We got it booked in with the guys at R&G. The part was £420 if you're interested. I think they charge us for 100 and something for the labour. Oh no, sorry, it's not, I did clickbait, it's not £35, is it? I think it's about £100, right? In total, was that about right? Yeah, we had to top it up very slightly. Basically, plus the excess. The part was 400 and something, the label was 100 and something, so we've had to top it up a little bit. So it's the £35 excess plus maybe another £50–60 just to cover the full labour costs. But basically we've ended up managing them to cover the whole part really, and then we've just paid for the labour for it to be fitted. So it's brilliant. It means that it's now fixed. It did only go for one side for now, and then it's one of them things where if we need to get the other one done, we'll do that. It's the same amount of time for labour, so we know exactly what to do now if it happens again. And it means the problem's fixed, and it means that there's now no fault code. It means that the suspension's working perfectly again. I got into it after it was all repaired, started driving it. I thought, wow, this really does feel like a brand new car. On that right corner. The rest of it feels like it used to. So it's a little bit uneven, but it's all good. It doesn't bother me at all in the slightest. But yeah, it does mean that it's now fixed. And for now, we are, I don't want to say it, I'm going to jinx it. I was about to say we're faultless. We are currently faultless. We currently have no problems. Get your guesses in the comments how many videos time I'm going to be announcing the next issue that's gone wrong. My guess is 2 max. But no, in all seriousness, it's great to be able to drive it again. We missed it so much. We had that trip, we went to the Philippines for about a month, and obviously we couldn't drive it then. We got back, within about a week it was fixed. So it's been like sort of 6 weeks we haven't been able to drive it, and it feels very good to be back. It feels very good to be able to drive it again. The BMW is great, but it's very hard. The ride, it's very sporty, it's very low. It's an effort getting in and out of it. Putting our baby in his car seat is so low down. There's so many things that we missed about this car. The boot space, the tailgate for nappy changing. just being higher up on the road, not worrying so much about having to pull in on little one-way roads like back there. There's so many reasons why we're so glad to have it back, and it also makes you realise that, what's that phrase, you don't realise how good something is until it's gone. Like, you don't know what you've got until it's gone, and having it back, we're just so much more grateful for the car. It's just good to have it back, basically. Super happy that it's all fixed, and as a treat, because she has done so well going through all that, we're going to give her a lovely car wash now. We're going to treat her to a bit of a fancy car wash near where we live and get her full inside and out cleaned. A nice satisfying thing for you guys to watch as well, hopefully, because she's currently rather filthy. And we haven't had her cleaned inside since France, I want to say, which was a while ago, just because we're super busy, and then we can have a catch up again in a bit. So we're going to turn her around now. I keep saying her. What did we call this car? Rachel, wasn't it? We call this car Rachel. Does anyone else name their cars? I think a lot of people, I think it's a real, sorry, I'm really talking to you, George. I need to be talking to the camera. Does anyone else name their cars? I think a lot of people do. I don't think it's just us. Maybe it's just us. Okay, I'll ask it. Comment below, what did you call your car and why? Rachel the Range Rover was our choice. Rachel, I think it suits her, I don't know. And is it cars that are meant to be, oh, it's boats that are girls, isn't it? Boats are always female, right? A car's meant to be female, or is that whatever you want to choose? I don't know. So this is the menu, and we went for this one because there's £10 off. So usually for a 4x4 it's 75, where is it? There. But we're getting the £10 off special offer, so it's going to be 65. So I think that's quite good considering how much they're going to be doing. So let's cut to some super satisfying car wash shots. I can't wait for you guys to see this. Looking so good, and I think you forget how good your car can look. It builds up for a couple of months, you think it's not that dirty, it's fine, you can't see too much mud on it, it's fine. But then when they take that layer of dust off that's just built up, we live by the sea as well, so there's like this salt in the air. It looks amazing, it looks new, doesn't it? It's amazing. We need to get the wheels refurbed, but they look so shiny, so if we get them refurbed, get the nice new tyres put on, and then have it cleaned again, it's just going to be like, it doesn't look like it's 13 years old, does it? It really doesn't. Oh, the tyre dressing's going on now. I mean, it's obviously we paid for quite an extensive clean here, so it's not like the cheapest car wash. You'd expect them to do a great job, but it does feel worth it, doesn't it? Like, it's quite expensive, like £65, but they're doing a lot more than just like a regular hand car wash would do. So this is located at Rogers Farm. It's called Findon. He just told me and I've forgotten it. Findon Car Wash Balloting Centre. That was the one. Currently 4 people doing it, so pretty hands-on. And we've even got a nice little air freshener in the car, which I think I'll be taking out immediately. Just popped into to Coffee Camp now to grab some beans and a couple of coffees before heading back home. And I think we're going to end this video off here. So thank you very much for watching today. Just been enjoying the freshly washed car, so much so that I've never seen it so clean. Like the leather seats are just sliding all around on it as we're turning around corners, but they did an incredible job. So highly recommend them guys up there. If you did enjoy today's video, don't forget to smash a thumbs up. I think the next video I'm going to film is the highly anticipated and very delayed 6-month ownership review, where I'm going to give like a full breakdown on how much I spent on the car so far. So if you've got any specific questions to ask me that I can include in that video, then just pop them in the comment below and I'll try and get around to them. And yeah, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you very soon in the next video.